Good day, everyone. As promised, after yesterday's festival adventures, we're going to take you out to the garden. We've had a lot of requests for recipes that or ways to utilize the herbs that we grow in our garden. So we're going to do a little recipe today, a chickpea salad that's really refreshing for the summer, very nutritious, and of course it includes some of our garden herbs. So let's head out to the garden. Okay, so today the herbage is, as you may have seen, parsley and scallions. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about this part. So these are actually this is a vegetable drying mat. And I thought it was really important to talk about this a little bit because it could be really tempting to use like a kitchen towel, which again, it can be used, or like a dish drying mat or something like that. But just in the idea that we're not mixing the possibility of chemicals, things like that, that I thought it would be really good to kind of point out it might be really good to get kind of like an herb or a vegetable drying mat. Now you also have a choice. I got this one at the Dollar Tree. So this is, you know, $1.25. Just a little mat that they call a dish drying mat. But again, we specifically utilize it just for our vegetables and our herbs so that they can kind of dry, have hopefully a chemical-free place to kind of rest. And so on like that until we're ready to use them.
Just kind of keep everything separate and clean. It's a great idea. So do you want your herbs pretty much dried so you can chop them? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just kind of using the paper towel just to get the excess?
Yeah. And of course, because it's parsley, we don't want to mash it down.
Yeah, we don't want to take the oils and the flavors. Awesome.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to do, of course, with leafy herbage and so on like that is make sure, again, you go through, you kind of pick off You're always going to kind of have, you know, some brown ends and so on like that, stuff that's just not going to be savory. Now, Mike is a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to the kitchen, being that he's a chef. But, you know, I like to use my kitchen gadgets. So I have this little gadget that I found, I think at Walmart or something like that, that helps you to de-stem. So I'll kind of show you how that works.
So why do we want to take the stems off?
Well, the stems aren't going to produce the flavor, and then, of course, you know, just the texture and so on like that.
And
so
they're bitter, aren't they?
And they can be bitter.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
I took the stems off.
Again, trying to pull it through, it just kind of, oops.
So you've got these de-stemmed. So all we're eating is the leafy parts.
See, look at how we've got just the leafy parts kind of left. So
maybe I'll use that tool. Do you think I would? What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
How fine do you want these chopped, Rochelle? You don't want them too fine, do you? No? Just kind of medium?
Yeah.
Hey guys, look, I put a sill pad underneath the cutting board because it was slipping. One of the baking silicone pads that really firms it up. Okay, green onion. So I like to take the green onion, I love the white part, okay? But obviously we want the green, so I like to cut it kind of in half, bunch them together, just slide right through with the knife. Nice little pieces. What do you want, like a quarter of a cup, Rochelle?
Oh yeah, keep going.
You want more? I love green onion too. What do you think?
Yeah, I think.
All right, that looks great.
Okay, now it's time to build our chickpea salad. I did want to point out one thing, maybe before we got started. Now, I want you to be assured, you know, that you're never going to get 100% of the stems, particularly on things like, you know, leafy herbs like parsley and so on like that. Now, Mike, of course, I have him do the chopping. He's got the chef skills on that. But keep in mind, you can get a really good pair of just, you know, really good herb scissors and so on like that, and that can, you know, help you to kind of feel like you're getting it kind of finer and so on like that. So again, I just wanted to add that in. But now we're going to start kind of building our vinaigrette first. Now we're going to be utilizing tahini. Tahini is sesame paste. This is a 100% sesame paste. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the ingredients there.
Aren't they typically made in the Middle East?
Typically made in the Middle East. So we get this from one of our you know, Asian kind of Indian stores and so on like that. What's really great about tahini though is that it's got really healthy fat in it. It's you know, I've got good dietary fiber, you know, low in sodium and so on like that. And this is just the brand that we just recently kind of picked up. But we're going to kind of start with that first. So in goes first? Half a cup of the tahini. Okay. And of course, I tend to be kind of picky. I want to get every little drop that I can.
I'm the same way. I don't even use measuring cups.
Mike, I'm actually going to have you come over because I want you to mince up some garlic, and then I'm going to have you do some lemon zest and lemon juice for the base of this vinaigrette.
Awesome. I can do that. So how much garlic do you think? 3 or 4 cloves?
About 3 or 4 cloves.
To taste?
Yeah, really just kind of taste. Usually, generally about 3, but
it's up to me. I'm a half Italian. I love my garlic.
Just kind of depends on what your taste is. And of course, he's got his handy dandy mincer, so he doesn't have to do all the dicing.
Yeah, it makes it easier. And you know, you don't want like your garlic to be like really coarse and in your face. There we go. All right, cool.
Okay, was that all 3? Wow, that went fast. Okay, let me get that out of the way.
All right, I'll get out of your way.
And well, wait a minute. I want you to do the zesting of the lemon, if you will.
Okay. See guys, see how she bosses me around and I listen? Alright, so where's my zester?
Oh.
It was here. We lost it.
Right.
Oh, right here.
Oh my God.
It's alright.
Talk about needing glasses.
I'm a grandpa. See? You go ahead. I'm your entertainment.
Now again, if you don't like the extra texture of zest, you don't have to put the zest in, but...
Let me tell you something. The oils and the zest of any citrus are...
Oh gosh, and it smells so good right now. I wish you guys could...
10 times the flavor of your lemon.
And now, of course, even though you're taking off the skin, the zest of the lemon, don't just throw your lemon away. It can be used, okay? So, all right, let me put that down. And now we're going to do the juice of a full lemon. And of course, you can use the one that you just zested.
You know what this reminds me of, Rochelle, this recipe? It's like a hummus, but not blended.
Almost kind of.
Chickpeas.
Yeah, like a deconstructed hummus, if any of you guys are familiar with hummus and stuff.
Hummus is a Mediterranean dip.
Yeah.
Made with chickpeas, tahini, lots of lemon. When I was in the Army, I was over in the Middle East, and I was over in Israel, and I ate a lot of hummus, and it was amazing. So lemon juice is part of the acid for the vinaigrette. Do you want me to cut and zest or juice that other lemon or no?
No, let's see what this is first. So now we're gonna kind of whisk all that together.
Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah, we went ahead and used that extra lemon. We just kind of felt like maybe we could use it. It's a little pasty right now, but that's okay. It's going to smooth out a little bit with the olive oil. Actually, yeah, that would be good. We have to have about a half cup of olive oil. Now, I tend to be a measurer. He's pretty good about, you know, kind of judging how much we've got going.
Smells so good. A little more. Remember, it's Mediterranean.
Oh,
and
yeah. Oh, you should smell it.
That is good.
Okay, we're good there. All right. Super.
Right.
Okay, now don't be afraid to kind of, you know, play with this vinaigrette a little bit. We did go ahead and add in a little more lemon juice, a little bit more olive oil and so on like that. So you should have, you know, kind of like a dressing, you know, sort of texture and so on like that.
Can you add water a little if you need to?
Maybe a touch,
tablespoons?
but obviously just not much. I think it really just depends on how many chickpeas.
Okay.
I mean, look, we're using like a ton of chickpeas. We're trying to make a really hearty salad because we've got some guests we're going to be taking this to.
Yes.
All right, so now I'm going to salt and pepper.
You need my help?
Actually, I'm going to have you take care of the pepper. Okay. We want some fresh cracked pepper.
Okay.
And again, just kind
how
of
much salt?
Finger.
A couple tablespoons. You know me, I'm a heavy salter.
So.
That's for sure. How about this for pepper? Everything's bigger in Texas, folks. Actually, guys, I know it's silly, but I collect pepper mills. And this is my Mac Daddy Texas pepper mill. Is that good?
Yes, that's good.
That's a lot of pepper.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
Good.
That looks wonderful. Hey, let me get a close-up real quick. That's nice. It looks really good. You can see the pepper. Looks like a nice, like thick, creamy dressing without the herbs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, chickpea time. Now, generally, you can use the canned chickpeas. We just happen to have some dehydrated ones, so that's we hydrated them overnight and gave them a good boil. So
How did we do that? Did we just soak them in salt water overnight?
Soaked them in salt water and then gave them a little bit of a boil this morning. Gave them time to kind of cool down.
Oh, you got your herbs.
Now here come the herbs, parsley
from the garden. You know, we should do a video just on an herb garden. Don't you think we should do that? Well, we've been growing your herbs for years.
Okay, a mix of yellow and purple onions. Just
from the garden.
This is our preference. Yes. Oh, they were from the garden. That's right. And then tomatoes.
From the garden.
All right, now it's just time to give it a mix.
That looks good.
But look at the colors. Now, what's really fantastic about this salad, is that, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, they're really a good source of dietary fiber. They're, also got kind of some, protein levels. If you're, diabetic and so on like that, it really helps in kind of, being able to kind of utilize, foods that are good and healthy for you. And again, you can see it's got this like really great creamy kind of texture to it.
Looks really good, Rochelle.
And then the colors, of course, are beautiful.
Let me get in closer real quick.
Okay, now one of the other things you can think of is this is the kind of a salad that you can just play with a little bit. Imagine adding some feta in here, some feta cheese.
Could you add some like chilies?
You could add, chilies if you wanted, jalapenos. I mean, again, this is just something fun, but again, nutritious and yet like really cool and summery and, nice. Just kind of those citrusy, really wonderful Mediterranean kind of flavors. So,
cool. Now it's time to taste. Wow. The lemon. Now, if we put this in the fridge and let it marry,
Even better.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can adjust your salt and pepper as well
Yep,
too.
just to taste.
You know what? Maybe we should think
I almost
about.
double dipped.
Oh, did you?
No, I didn't
know.
double dip. I almost did.
You did? No. What do you guys think? Hey, put in the comments. We like doing these long 2 or 3. I had a 4-day weekend. I took some time off of work. What do you guys think of like us doing some cooking videos? Maybe outdoor grilling with Mike and Rochelle. Maybe.
We haven't. I'm a recipe person. He's a let's just throw it all together person. Actually, I do have a request because we have had a lot of questions about like what are recipes, what are things we can do with herbs and so on like that. So to me one of the best food items that you can kind of make that is really consciously utilizing herbs is falafel.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't found a really great recipe. Now, I mean, there's some good recipes out there and we played with it a little bit, but I just haven't found a really good recipe. So if there's anyone out there that has like a really good falafel recipe, I'd love to have you guys put it in the comments. We can experiment with it a little bit. We have all the herbage. But yeah, I would love a really good falafel recipe. So. But
no, hey, we had fun. It takes a little time to kind of do these little cooking segments, and we had rain, and we had 2 or 3 days where we kind of shared our weekend with you, and we kind of like to do that. We want these videos to be fun. Yes, we want to be educational, but I think I'm more on the fun side and Rochelle's more on the educational side, so we kind of balance each other out. But we're thinking about maybe, I don't know, every other month doing a cooking outdoors with Mike and Rochelle, and we'll see how that comes out. If you think that would be cool, put in the comments. Hey, are they wonderful or what?
Of course.
Thanks, guys. We love you all. The community is amazing. All of you. Yeah, we're having a good time. And you know what? We're making memories for our grandkids. And we're sharing fun stuff with everybody. So we appreciate you guys liking and sharing and subscribing, and share with your friends. And we'll see you on the next go around, right?
Absolutely.
God bless.